It's been a while. It's been a long time. I know y'all saw me put Choo Radio season 3 is coming back. Um and I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. But I got to talk to y'all about the reason why I'm coming back in the first place. Why did I decide to come back specifically for season 3? So let me explain the why. Why I'm coming back. Why season 3? I'm not coming back because the podcast world needed another voice. I'm not doing that at all. I'm coming back because I feel like the podcast world has lost its mind. Right? Let me explain what I'm talking about. We're living in a time where content is loud, but thought is quiet, right? Microphones are everywhere, but wisdom is rare. It's a bar, right? Where podcasts have become gossip and not guidance. It's become ignorant, but not intelligent. I've been sitting back long enough watching all of this stuff happen, man. And here's the problem. The gossip versus guidance. The podcast space was supposed to be used to talk about ideas, to talk about life, to talk about connecting people and driving things forward, for people to have a voice who normally don't have a voice. Now it has become, social media has become an outlet for people to have opinions without accountability, right? We react instead of reason, right? We repeat instead of reflect, right? We take clips and we clip those clips instead of being free thinkers, right? Socrates warned us about this centuries ago when he said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." But today, how many of us don't examine our life? We just scroll right past it, pun intended. Another reason why I feel like I should come back is because there's been a decline in critical thinkers. Somewhere along the way, we stopped producing critical thinkers and started producing mass producing echo chambers. People don't want the truth. They want agreement. They don't want understanding. They want validation. There was a political thinker in the 20th century who said, "The most radical revolutionary will become a conservative the day after the revolution." What she meant was this: people fight for freedom until freedom requires responsibility. That responsibility is missing. Another reason I feel like it's necessary to come back is because we've chosen comfort over courage. We have become so comfortable with being manipulated. We've become comfortable in manipulation. We've become comfortable with abuse. We're comfortable being told what to think, how to feel, who to blame, and etc., etc., etc. Why are we comfortable with this? Good question, audience. Because thinking for yourself is risky. James Baldwin said it best: "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced." And most people don't want to face themselves. So here it is. Free thinkers versus followers. This is the crazy part about today's world: is we don't lack information, we lack discernment. We confuse confidence with competence. Volume with value. Viral with virtuous. Those are mistakes. There's a great quote. It says, madness is rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, nations, and ages, it is the rule. In other words, we are watching all of this play out in real time. In other words, when you're a follower, when you're a free thinker, you becoming mad or having madness or insanity is rare as an individual. But when you're following the crowd, the groups, the parties, the nations, the social clubs, the cliques, your local organizations that you're so attached to and all of these things, man, eventually the madness begins to spread and you don't even see it as madness because everyone else is doing the same thing. So why am I coming back? Because somebody, and I'm not the only one, but somebody has to slow the room down. Somebody has to ask better questions. Somebody has to remind us that thinking is an act of rebellion. In a sick society, thinking is an act of rebellion. Let me say this very clear though. Choo Radio is not about tearing people down. It's about building people up with the truth. That's why I started Choo Radio. I didn't just wake up one day and decide, hey man, I want to do this. Well, when I started, it wasn't even podcasting, this radio thing or whatever. Man, I started Choo Radio in a garage in 2013. Before it was trendy, before algorithms, before sponsorships, before all of that. I end up running into a brother. At the time, we wasn't as close as we are today. But I was taught by this brother. His name is Zoe Williams. Shout out to Zoe. Man, this man taught me everything I knew about radio and all. In fact, he was the one who I would call a pioneer of podcasting. Like, bro was the one who really put video to radio. And he worked in multiple spots. The Foxhole, T Radio V, Radio NTV, all of that. Like, Zoe was a pioneer for a lot of these things and a lot of these people. He understood media, that it wasn't just entertainment, it was influence. And to be honest, we were podcasting before people even called it podcasting. We were building platforms when nobody was watching. And the foundation matters. We did it before the clout. Okay. So what Choo Radio stands for is simple. Choo Radio has never been the place to just be the safe spot, right? Like, we say the controversial, we say the hard truths. We are not here to tickle your fanny. We are here to educate you no matter what the cost is and how valuable or controversial things are. We let you know. It's here to be honest with the audience. We never been here for popularity, even though the first season of Choo Radio was extremely popular. I'm talking like when I was on Blog Talk Radio and all of these things before video was even in play. Like, we were at and on the Blog Talk Radio platform, we were at 75K downloads an episode, all the way up to one of my episodes got up to close to 1 million downloads on the Blog Talk Radio. But we were never there to be popular. We were there because we were necessary, and that necessity has come back. Let me say this. This space is for free thinkers, for builders, for problem solvers, for people who are tired of being lied to and talked down to. Man, y'all might have heard this name, Marcus Aurelius. He said this: if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Let that sink in. This is what we're talking about, letting you think now. Think. Don't just get the microwave information. Let it bake in that oven a little bit and think upon these words. Because what Marcus Aurelius just said, it's wisdom, it's perspective, it's guidance. So here it is. Let me say this very clearly. If you're a business owner, a brand, a creative, a content creator who really wants real engagement, not fake followers, this platform is open to you. I'll promote your stuff. If you have something of value to promote, build, or to teach people, I'm there with you. I'm willing to partner with you. If you are a free thinker, a leader in some type of capacity, or you just simply want to become a leader or join the conversation, man, listen, don't just sit there. Hit me up. There's a spot for you at this table. And I'll say this in my closing remarks. I'm not coming back to chase trends. I'm coming back to set a standard again. This is Choo Radio Season 3. Less gossip, more guidance, less ignorance, more intelligence. If you're ready to think again, welcome back. Salute.
Yeah. We good. Chest out. Let's move. I ain't come to pose, I came to post up. Pressure made my name, watch it boss up.